dia pela meu gawe.
So there wasn't even a hotel in Nigeria.
Really? Hotel.
And it ended up in a weird place, and like we were told to walk. What's happening? Why is it all so wrong? Germans. Yeah, they kept talking about this. So they fill up their places, even think there's nobody there. And they have those organized tours and everything.
Bridge is ahead of us. This is the 5th London Bridge to stand on this site over the last 2,000 years. The first one was built by the Romans, made out of wood. That one burned down. The one before this one was sinking into the Thames mud. So we took it down stone by stone and we sold it to an American man called Robert McCullough. It now stands Lake Havasu, Arizona. Over to the left, the gap in the buildings, you'll soon see Southwark Cathedral, an amazing place to visit. Buried in there is Edmund Shakespeare. He was William Shakespeare's brother. Now, not many people know Shakespeare had a brother, but he did. He's dead and he's in there. Also on the left, you've got the pirate ship. Raise your hands if you have seen Pirates of the Caribbean. Most of you. Well, that pirate ship over there to the left has nothing to do with those films whatsoever. That is a replica of Sir Francis Drake's The Golden Hind. He was the first Englishman to circumnavigate the globe. It took him just over 3 years with a crew of 80 cutthroat sailors. That replica is in full working order. It's done more sea miles than the original and travelled around the world twice. To the right, ahead of the boat, you'll soon see the windows underneath the bridge arch, a luxury spa and health centre, built underneath the bridge to stop the prying eyes of tourists. They forgot about the boats. As you can see, we do quite often see semi-naked people in there. And believe me when I say this, some days are a lot better than others. Some days we will go round in circles. Other days we wish we never looked. As we pass through the Cannon Street Railway Bridge, keep looking into the left-hand side, you'll see the pub with the red windows, the anchor and backside. It's been there since 1615. William Shakespeare and his fellow actors used to get changed in the attic of that pub before performing at the Globe Theatre. Now, I know it to be true that Shakespeare used that pub. Me and my friend, we went in there the other day. As I was walking into the toilets, there was a plaque on the toilet door from Shakespeare himself. It said to pee or not to pee. That is the question. And as we go through the Southwark Road Bridge, keep looking to the right. The right building with the green bricks and the bottom. The people who work inside here have to spend Monday to Friday 8 hours a day in London to have a thatched roof since the Great Fire of London. However, the original didn't burn down in the Great Fire of London. It burnt down because William Shakespeare used a live cannon as one of his props. They shot the cannon in the middle of the play and they burnt the building to the ground. You can see all of William Shakespeare's fantastic plays performed over there throughout the summer months. I only know 2 of them myself, to be honest, Romeo and Juliet. Okay, Romeo and Juliet. The Millennium Footbridge ahead of us, it has the nickname the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge because when it was opened in the year 2000 by the Queen on a lovely Saturday afternoon, it had to be shut 3 hours later by the police. It was swaying violently 1 foot side to side. People was falling over walking across the bridge. So they shut the bridge, they spent £3 million of the taxpayers' money on it. and it's now the only bridge in London what cost more to fix than it did to build. The architect, Norman Foster, was asked on live television what was wrong with his bridge. His answer was, "There's nothing wrong with my bridge, it's just the way people in London walk." On the left, the large brown brick building with the tall chimney in the middle, that's the old Bankside power station. No longer a power station, nowadays it is the Tate's Modern Art Gallery, the largest modern art gallery anywhere in the world, and it's completely free to enter the Tate Modern. But if you know anything about modern art, you will know why it's free to enter. The types of art you will see is a light in a dark room that flickers on and off, a stone painted yellow, and a 40-foot crack in the floor. Modern art, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing. The group of bridges ahead of us are the Blackfriars Bridges. These are the two closest bridges together on the Thames. Because of this, they have the nicknames the Tunnels of Love. And they say, if you kiss the one you love as you pass through these bridges, it will bring you 7 years of good luck and happiness. So by all means, pucker up. Kiss the ones you love as we go through the bridges. Don't worry if you're not with the ones you love. You can always kiss your husbands or your wives, but the same way. Any single one of these, I am available. Don't worry. The red columns we're passing, the old St Paul's Railway Bridge, had to take the top of the bridge down because it couldn't hold the weight of the modern day train. Couldn't remove the supports because it would endanger the structure of the two bridges either side. This is an unbased bridge. As for the Liverpool Bridge, ahead of us on the right hand side, you have the white building with the green sloping roof. That is the old City of London School for Boys. It's no longer a school, nowadays it's an American bank, J.P. Morgan. But when it was a school, some of this country's greatest minds went there. You can see the statues in between the windows. They was put there to inspire the students. From left to right, you have Sir Francis Bacon, Sir John Milton, William Shakespeare, and the last one on the right, it seems on the ball by his name, Sir David Beckham. I'm only joking. If you heard David Beckham speak, we all know he didn't go to school. It's actually Isaac Newton. A lot of work taking place there to the right. You can see all the barges, the cranes. What we're doing, we're building a massive tunnel, the Thames Tideway Tunnel. It's going to go from Putney in West London all the way to Beckton in East London. What it is, it's a sewage tunnel. You see, we still use the same one since the Victorian ages. As you can imagine, the population of London has grown quite a lot. There was about 1 million people living in London back then. Nowadays, it's upwards of 7 million people. Look up to the right, you're going to see the large clock face. Now raise your hands if you think that clock face is bigger than the one at Big Ben. Raise your hands if you think that clock face is smaller than the one at Big Ben. And raise your hands if you don't particularly care about big clocks. Was the largest clock face in London, Shelmack House. It's about 3 foot bigger than the one at Big Ben. The minute hand is 13 foot long. It's so heavy, it takes it a full hour to go all the way around. Some of you will catch on in a minute, don't worry. Cleopatra's Needle, back on the right, the oldest thing you will see in London, over 3,000 years old. Given to us by a very thankful Egyptian government after our efforts in the Battle of the River Nile, when Lord Nelson defeated Napoleon's fleet. It also has a twin that stands in Central Park, New York City. Royal Festival Hall, over to the left, some of the finest acoustics in all of London. Many greats have played in there: Frank Sinatra, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Pavarotti, Jimi Hendrix. Sadly, they're all dead. So nowadays, all I'm waiting for is the Justin Bieber concert. Can't come quick enough. Give the people a little wave on the bridge. Hello up there. Hello. Now if they wave back to you, they're on holiday. If they don't, they're from London. No one up on this bridge, but they're the visual over there. As we leave the bridge, ahead of us, over to the left-hand side, you have the London Eye. It's the second tallest Ferris wheel in all of Europe, 451 feet tall. It has 32 of those glass pods, not a random number. It's 32 to represent